To all the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making out.
What's good, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and welcome to another episode of NBA Talk. This is episode 146, and we're going to be going over Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Now, you know how in boxing, they always say the first couple of rounds are like the feel-out rounds, and it's almost like in basketball, Game 1 is always the feel-out game. Well, the Phoenix Suns came through with haymakers. For a relatively young team, and this is for the finals debut of Chris Paul and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. And this is a relatively young team that's going through this all through for the very first time, and they came through swinging. They came running out the gate. Chris Paul was an absolute magician last night. It was beautiful to watch him single-handedly pick apart the Bucks. He was just he was attacking. He was aggressive. He was finding his teammates. Devin Booker the same way. He was in straight attack mode. DeAndre Ayton attacking the boards. The Phoenix Suns came prepared. They did not look like a team that was nervous to play in the NBA Finals. They came like as if they should have been there already. They played like they were already the champs. And that's the general mindset that I got from them, because they did not take every possession lightly. They were taking every possession as cautiously as possible, and they made the shots that they could make. And they excruciatingly attacked Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez was left on an island trying to guard Chris Paul and Devin Booker, because it was so smart of the Phoenix Suns to try to attack Brook Lopez the entire game, because the Bucks have this bad tendency of switching, and Brook Lopez always ends up matched up with a guard, and he's too slow on his feet to try to stay with those guards. And it was just it. And then on the Bucks side of things, it was nice to see that Giannis was actually able to play, and he actually looked good. He looked good, and he looked good last night when it came to Game 1. You know, there's still that aspect of he's not 100%, but he still made an emphasis on the floor. Like, he was still he was still a threat on the defensive end. He was still attacking the paint no matter how much he was limited. He tried the best that he could. The rest of the squad, I have to question. Like Jrue Holiday, I have to question where was he, because he all of a sudden turned very passive when we're so used to him being so aggressive. When Giannis went out during the Eastern Conference Finals, we're wondering what happened to that aggressive Jrue Holiday. Chris Middleton had an okay game, but it was just once they let the Suns get on a specific run, I believe it was in the third quarter. Once in the third quarter that the Suns got on a certain run, it was just it looked like game over, because even though the Bucks still made an effort to try to come back, it was just the fact that they still kept attacking Brook Lopez. You never made an adjustment to stop the attack on Brook Lopez. Now, do I expect the Bucks to do that in Game 2? I expect them to make a certain adjustment so that Brook Lopez doesn't get left on the island every single possession, because I feel like that's what the Phoenix Suns were looking for, is screen until Brook Lopez is on top of the key. Screen until Brook Lopez is on top of the key, guarding Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and let them go to work. And it was just money after. It was just money ball right after that. But I was just so happy to see Chris Paul balling out in his first NBA Finals game. He was meant to be here, y'all. He was meant to be here in the NBA Finals. He was meant to be here. This should not have been his first NBA Finals game, if we're all speaking facts. This should not be Chris Paul's first NBA Finals game, but he's taking full advantage of it. And the way he played last night, if he keeps going like this, I could easily see Chris Paul taking Finals MVP if the Suns win this series. I could see Chris Paul winning Finals MVP if the Suns take this series, because Chris Paul is just a magician on the floor, and he just knows how to pick a team apart, and that's exactly what he did. That is exactly what he did. And it's not just on the offensive end, on the defensive end as well. And it's just how the Phoenix Suns were easily just getting their shots. The Bucks looked very stagnant. They were just tossing the ball to whoever was a scoring threat, and they just left them on the island right there, and they weren't looking for any ball movement or anything like that. And that really, you giving the Suns a break when you do that. But I believe in my heart of hearts that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to make adjustments, because this is the NBA Finals. It's more than just a basketball game. It's more like a game of chess. The Suns made their first move. Now, what are the Milwaukee Bucks going to do? I expect the Milwaukee Bucks to be emphasizing that Jrue Holiday needs to be more aggressive. He needs to be more aggressive. They need to find a way to not leave Brook Lopez on the island and limit the transition buckets. Cause that's another thing. The Bucks committed a lot of turnovers. They committed a lot of turnovers, and they were pretty ugly turnovers. And when a team like this, like the Phoenix Suns, that's very explosive on any end of the floor, whether it's on a fast break, they'll knock you down. They'll knock down threes. They'll attack the mid range. That is this Suns team is just too dangerous for that. They're too dangerous for that. And speaking on the mid range shot, and I've seen how people say, oh, that the mid-range game is dead. Well, Chris Paul and Devin Booker are basically showing you, no, the mid-range game is not dead. And we should have known this. We've known this from when Kawhi did it with Toronto, when he killed the Golden State Warriors with the mid-range shot. The mid-range shot is very deadly. It's very, very deadly. And Chris Paul absolutely utilized his mid-range shot to the highest degree. And like I said, I don't think I have anything else to say. These are gonna be very short. This is gonna be very short episodes, because these are literally the only two teams left, and I'm very excited to what we're gonna see in Game 2. Because like I said, I very much appreciated what I saw from Chris Paul and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. I liked what I saw from Giannis, even though he was limited. I still feel like this. I feel like this is still gonna be a relatively long series, and I'll be disappointed if this ends within 4 to 5 games. I expect the Milwaukee Bucks to make huge adjustments. I don't expect Brook Lopez to be left on the island again like he was last night. So I expect Giannis to be even better by Game 2, because he looked great. Now he should be looking even better by Game 2. And yeah, it's all about now. It's Milwaukee's turn. Your move now. The Phoenix Suns threw their first punch, and they threw haymakers at you. Now it's time for you to throw haymakers. This is a heavyweight fight now. These look like the two best teams in basketball going at it, and Phoenix has given you your best punch right now. Now it's your turn. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell if you like basketball content. This is your boy Jay Varsity. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.
We got some non-believers out there.
Make believers out of non-believers.